A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then God so clothed the grass, which is today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not ye what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
According to the Holy Scriptures, Yahushai, the Son of the Most High, is set to bring immortality to the nation of Israel, the elect, via establishing the tabernacle of David, as we talk about the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He is coming to take down this current world ruled by Esau, Edom, and establish a righteous kingdom, which is synonymous with the throne of David. That's scriptural, which is a government that's going to run this world in righteousness.
You got it, Taiwan.
First and foremost, like y'all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double to Pastor Edison, Jim S. And citation to your brother, push word of truth and sincere on four corners. We Jim S. Mississippi help. Go ahead, brother.
So, what we getting into this week? All right, lesson called The Signs of the Dragon, and we entitled that, the beloved brother Halak, he brought out a video, and he entitled this in the spirit, okay, because we know, okay, that we're dealing with, all right, the dragon, which is Rome Reloaded, okay, and what we're witnessing, okay, is a transition from, okay, democracy to a technocracy. And in this transition, the laws are going to get draconian, okay? And this devil now, he has, the AI, okay, he has the legislation, okay, he has these different things in place, okay, to bring these things to pass, all right? And what these devils do, they do test runs, okay, in different areas, okay, roll certain things out, get the data on it, kind of see, take notes, okay, before, and it's a preparation for what they're going to do on a larger scale. Okay, so what we're seeing in DC now is they made this big deal, about, this Doge worker, who was on the live, supposedly robbed and on the live, and now this is causing, Trump to have to let the feds take over law enforcement. Okay, and this is just open the door, for another level of law enforcement. Okay, beyond, all right, the normal law enforcement of these local states and counties, okay, and cities. So, bro, would you want to start with the precept, or you want to start that video, bro?
We can start a video, but I want to say something real quick.
You got it, bro.
See, we have to understand that we're dealing with a cunning hunter, you know? We're dealing with a cunning hunter. So this man is setting up everything he needs to properly hunt you, you know? What they say, oh, what's called barrel fishing or something like that. Where you shooting or you basically shooting the barrel, you know? He's setting things up, you know.
Shooting fish in the barrel.
Kind of shooting fish in the barrel. Because like why this incident? You know? Why this incident? Or why you want to act now? Nah. You see, they have, because we've been watching this, man, they already have things set in place. So now all they have to do is manufacture these events so they can play out what they have in store. You know, we're dealing with a cunning hunter, man. The Fowler. He's ready to try to snatch up people. So, but we're seeing the signs. We're seeing these movements. We're seeing the movements of a dragon, and we have to understand that we're being hunted, and we know what we're being hunted by. So we have to watch. We have to watch. Understand what kind of beast we're dealing with.
Come on, bro. So I get this. I say whatever pre-sales brother got, while the video playing, when we get to some pre-sales. But we're gonna go here, and this is a very interesting video. And as the scriptures say, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know that it's just another tactic, okay, for what he wants to do on a larger scale. Okay, so this goes into the federal takeover, of DC law enforcement. All right.
President Trump declaring a public safety emergency, saying he's activated 800 National Guard members in the nation's capital and has now placed the DC Police Department under federal control, saying that Attorney General Pam Bondi will, quote, take it. This takeover is happening as the president says that crime in the city is out of control, despite officials saying that certain crimes in the city have hit a 30-year low. Watch this.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. If necessary, we're going to move service members directly to joining the Guardsmen, and that'll take place very rapidly.
CNN's Brian Todd is closely following this story for us. So, Brian, take us through President Trump's order and what else he's threatening, because he says he might activate the military.
That's right, Boris. He says he's kind of reserving the option to activate additional military units in Washington, D.C. if need be. He then later said he didn't think he would need them, but he's going to keep that option open. He is also considering at least expanding the National Guard deployment to other cities. He named Chicago and New York City. But let's see how this plays out in Washington, D.C. first. We do have some source reporting from three sources familiar with the matter saying that both the D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and the D.C. Metropolitan Police Chief Pamela Smith did not know of President Trump's announcement prior to when he made the announcement. They were caught kind of unaware of this prior to when he made the announcement this morning. As you see the graphic there, the president plans to mobilize some 800 National Guard members on the city streets here in D.C. to put the D.C. police under federal control. That is unprecedented, by the way. A president of the United States has never taken control of the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department before. Also, FBI agents are going to be patrolling with the police department here. That is also a very rare occurrence, according.
So he said this is something that the president, has never done, because Trump ain't your ordinary president. All right, as we know, this is a Caesar, and he's acting like a Caesar. You see all these, legislations and all this shit. Just study how the Caesars move, and they use Roman's military, all right, for their personal use, man. Okay, so this devil is dispatching, okay, federal, personnel for his own personal agenda, and see he's doing the bidding, okay, of these tech giants, all right, because the federal, all right, troops, these federal entities, the FBI, the CIA. The different, the military, guess what? They already have AI integrated into their military systems. Okay. And this is the new way that these devils are getting ready to police the masses is through AI. That's why all you've been hearing about is what Palantir, you know, which is that's what they're using over there in with those small hats, the IDF, you know, to do the genocide on those Palestinians. So they finna bring all that here, you know. And Trump is just introducing this to you. He's introducing you to the oligarchs, the families that really run, all right, society in the background, okay. And he's introducing you to AI surveillance, okay, and AI law enforcement, man, okay. So Trump is just this portal, okay, for these oligarchs and these tech giants, all right, to take over, okay, the American government, man, okay. Democracy is done, okay. So this is what we're seeing being introduced to the masses, man.
To our sources, it's very rare for FBI agents to patrol with police in a local police in any given city. Already some pushback here in the district from this, but let's first hear from President Trump. I'll get to the pushback in a moment, but here's what President Trump had to say about what he hopes the police could do in the city.
See, they fight back until you knock the hell out of them because it's the only language they understand. You can see they want to get at it. And they're standing there and people are spitting in their face and they're not allowed to do anything. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining.
And he's talking about law enforcement, you know, being allowed to do whatever the hell they want. Okay, that's that, and that's all in that big beautiful bill going into unleashing, you know, law enforcement, man. Okay, so the stage is being set, you know, for it to get real spooky out here in America, man. You know.
So the president promising a very tough crackdown on crime here in D.C. And again, we mentioned some pushback to this. The D.C. Attorney General, Brian Schwab, has issued this statement, quote, "The administration's actions are unprecedented, unnecessary, and unlawful. There is no crime emergency in the District of Columbia. Violent crime in D.C. reached historic 30-year lows last year and is down another 26% so far this year. We are considering all of our options and will do what's necessary to protect the rights and safety of district residents." Attorney General Schwab is correct there when he says that crime is down in D.C. According to the D.C. Metropolitan Police, violent crime is down 26%, assaults with a dangerous weapon down 20%, robberies down 29%, and crime overall is at historic lows in this city, Boris. We also got some pushback from council member Charles Allen of the D.C. City Council saying this is doing this under the guise of public safety is, quote, wrong. It's an extreme, outrageous, and dangerous move for the city. That is the first member of the D.C. City Council to push back in earnest to this move. Boris?
Brian Todd, thank you so much for the reporting. Danny?
Boris, thank you. Former FBI Deputy Director and CNN Senior Law Enforcement Analyst Andrew McCabe joins us now. We also have former U.S. Attorney and former Deputy Assistant Attorney General Harry Litman. Thank you, gentlemen, for breaking down this very important story. Andrew, I want to start with you. From your perspective, is the purpose of this action purely to have just a massive show of force on the streets of D.C., or in practice, is there anything that will be done differently with the police department under federal control?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say exactly what the purpose is, right? So we know what the ostensible purpose is, the facts that, or the, I don't want to even call them facts, the information that the president cited during his press conference, which of course included comparing DC to places like Baghdad and Bogota, Colombia, where we have no accurate reporting about what their crime statistics are. The fact is that the crime situation in DC is at all-time lows. They were at a 30-year low last year, and it's down an additional 26% this year. So there is no crime emergency per se in the city. So when you understand that, to try to divine what the purpose is of this deployment of National Guard assets, what this reallocation of things like FBI agent resources to patrol the streets of DC, it really it raises some important questions, like what is it? Why this production? Why this kind of Potemkin village of criminal intervention in a city. What is this designed to distract us from? I don't know that I can answer that for you here, but in effect, taking a federal official and simply calling him the head of the Metropolitan Police Department changes nothing within the Metropolitan Police Department. Those sworn officers are the only people who are legally authorized to enforce the law outside of the federal properties in DC. Most of DC is not federal property. It is the property of the District of Columbia. And I should also say, to deprive the people, the citizens of the District of Columbia, of the representatives who they elected. They elect a mayor, they elect a city council, they are entitled to hold those folks responsible for the crime situation and every other situation in DC. To completely replace that sort of authority with some specious federal authority is really concerning, I think, as a democratic matter, a democracy issue writ large.
And that just shows you that democracy is out the window, man. All right, because all them laws that they're talking about, they don't care about this shit, man. Okay, this Trump regime, okay, is a takeover. All right, it's not a presidency; it's a takeover, man. Okay, and people are not gonna understand that, okay, until they in these concentration camps, okay, until they in these zones where they can't, under martial law, until where, they can't travel, okay. So this is what we're seeing. All these things are happening all under the Trump regime, which is a modern day Nero. So, bro, you want to get that precept?
Kind. But also, I want to add that you got to remember.
So let's get this. You got it, bro.
Oh, you got to remember that this is Esau Edom, an unforgiving man. Y'all think he forgot about y'all impeaching him? You got it, bro.
Come on, bro. This Second Ezra 16-70. Oh yeah, you got it.
Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 70. You went off, bro.
I'm gonna go back on, make sure it was on there.
Okay, come. Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection throughout it, upon those that fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai.
Kind. You finna see these borders be put up. It's about to get hard to move from city to city, but in these cities it's gonna be damn near the Hunger Games. It's about to get very, very draconian because this man, the dragon is on the move. This dragon is on the move because he knows what season it is. He see it. He got his left hand energy that's letting him know things, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And he actually thinks he's gonna prevail. So this man is going when this man moves, when this dragon moves, it's gonna be very pompous. It's gonna be very, very. It's gonna be strong because this man believe when you think you're gonna win, it's you move in a different type of way. You move in a different type of way. And this man, he wants his rulership to continue forever.
Come on, bro. Go read verse 71.
Come on, verse 71. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai.
They're going to be like madmen, sparing none, This man, it's a complete takeover. He wants to eliminate, the children of Israel, but also he don't want nobody else coming up. That means these other nations, everybody that's in America, you ain't about to be spared because you try to say, oh, I'm not like the so-called black people. I'm different, stuff like that. you try to take hold of this man's hand, but like that speech he gave when he got reelected, he said, "You knew I was a snake." You know, you got it.
Come on. And it says, you want to read verse 72?
Come
on, you got it, bro.
Come on, verse 72. But they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
Come, and that's coming, especially when since the time like of martial law. You don't own nothing. You already don't own nothing anyway, but you don't own anything anyway, but you finna truly see that you own nothing. You know, they want to occupy your living space because they got something going on in that area. They can do that. They want to commandeer your vehicle because they need to get somewhere. They can do that. Yeah, I might not like to hear this, but instead of martial law, they like your woman. They can snatch her up. You know, it's the Lord and told you, Lord and warned us through His prophets. You know that destruction and darkness is about to come upon you, especially in this season when you see these things happening. Know that the end is at hand. You know.
You get some more in there, bro.
I'm good on that.
Okay, come. You know, you had something else, or any brother had something else?
I got something else. If any brother don't.
Like say, you give me the Psalm chapter 10, verses 4 down to verse 6.
Oh, make sure you share. Okay, yeah. All right, you got it, bro.
He said, starting at 4.
Yeah.
This is Psalm chapter 10, starting at verse 4. It says, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all of his thoughts.
Right, because this is the wicked, man. This is the wicked, you know, he's proud, man. You know, the scripture goes into how he said he will be the Most High, you know, and we know that their God is Satan, man. And you look at the accountants on Trump's face, man, you see the pride in him, man, that he really thinks he's a God himself. He truly thinks he's a God, man, in his mind. You got it, bro.
Verse 5. His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, they puffed at them.
Right. So, you know, his ways are always grievous, you know, and you look up grievous, I think kind of goes into hard, you know what I'm saying? But like the brother Halak brought out, it's those draconian laws gonna come out, those very harsh, cruel laws, man, that he's finna help forward. You know, this is what's finna come down the drain, man. And what this devil is doing, what Trump is doing, man, he's doing like a mobilization, man. He's like mobilizing. They're getting in position, you know, for something that's soon to happen, you know, so they can have some kind of ground to stand on, so they can have a position to be able to control the situation, man. I know he had mentioned like Chicago, LA, you know, I think parts of New York, where he still has plans on doing deployments, man, because he's doing it of the means of, you know, protecting people, you know, but we know the scripture goes to when he say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. So this man does not have intentions on doing anything that's truly benefiting for the people, man. That's really going to put people in a safer place or a safer position. He's setting up to have people, you know what I'm saying, rounded up and be able to control the whole situation, man, the whole dynamic of the people, you know, whether it's sending them to concentration camps, putting them to death, you know, or you know, taking them to another country, whatever, man. But everything he's doing is to benefit the elites, man, what they want to further when it comes to bringing forth the NWO. You got it, bro.
God, I got that word puffing for you, bro. You know, just a Google search,
Good.
kind of, get edification on it. It says
Good.
puffer someone. Just get down to the point. It says means to treat someone with scorn, contempt, or disdain. It said this conveys the image of someone blowing air or puffing at someone, suggesting they are suggesting they are insignificant or worthless, and it implies a haughty attitude or a sense of superiority. So that's what they're doing,
Right.
For the Most High, His judgments. They acting like, the Most High, His judgment, acting like how about Shema Shai, the judgments are insignificant or worthless. So it's like, somebody huffing and puffing at you, like, just kind of trying to give some go into that for you, bro, since you brought that out.
Right. That's why the scripture goes into that, they didn't consider the latter end, because this devil really don't think that he's going to have to answer for all his wickedness, man. He don't think he's going to have to pay for all the blood he's done and touching the apple of the Lord's eye. He has a lot to answer for, and that's why a lot of his allies going to turn against him as well, man. Scripture goes into how his look is more stout than his fellows. He looking at even his own other countries and his allies as nothing, man. Just basically servants of America. So all these things that these devils are doing is going to transition into these other countries hating the whore, man, and that's all by the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got it, bro.
Come on. Verse 5. His ways are always grievous.
Verse 6.
Verse 6.
No, verse 6. Yeah.
He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversary. Adversity.
Right. So, and Trump, he's already talking about running another term, man. He still think he's gonna be there. So he feel like he can't be moved, man. And see, this goes into how, they think their kingdom would never come to an end, roughly paraphrasing, man. But little do they know, this is all orchestrated, and it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to forward prophecy, man, just so Yahushua can return and show his power. Because, he's giving these devils the outlet to go so far. But as the Lord said, he has made a bound that they cannot pass. So at the end of the day, this is all prophecy being fulfilled, man. This is all in the Lord's plan. That's all I got, bro.
Come, bro. Any other brother had something?
Got one for you.
Come, you got that. Come. If not, brother, what you had, bro?
I go.
Yeah, I got some too.
Come. Whichever one of y'all want to
go? Well, can you give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, starting at verse 10?
You gonna read down on it?
Kind.
Any brother got a quick one? Cause I know he's gonna read. There's gonna be a few precepts. Any brother that got a quick one, read.
Yeah, I got that one.
What you had, Tyler? One.
Mine Psalm 58. Mine be real quick.
Psalm.
It be quick.
Yeah. I know that Wisdom of Solomon just about 7 or 8 verses. They're just going into the mindset of the devil, real time. Let's get there. You said Psalms 58, bro.
Yeah.
And then we'll get yours, and then we'll get yours. 58 and what, 3?
Yeah, 58 and 3.
Come on, you got it, bro.
Because Psalms chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
And like that guy said, was saying, the crime went down, but he said the crime went down, but the Trump saying crime is bad, and that's a lie. But he do that to get everybody really to get everybody in fear, and plus they want to push push that shit they got going on, but they try to get going with the 800 militaries show up. So basically, they're pushing some kind of, they're doing something, but he lying about the shit. All right, it's all lies. The scripture said that. Go ahead, verse 4.
Verse 4, it says their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They're like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
That's it. Hey, they poison, and them lies are very, very poison, man. Very poison. Cause they get the whole world. They attack. To say they go to another country. Basically, they make up a lie or a coup to get them come to the country and lie. All right, and that's what they do. The Edomites a bunch of liars, man. And Trump is he'll fucking liar. All of them that way, man. They lie to get something what they want, man. All right, and that shit they're doing in Washington D.C. They're gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be everywhere, man. It's all about control. That's what it's all really about, man. All right, that's all I got, bro.
Isaiah 19:4.
Come, bro. If you go,
and then we'll get yours a lot.
Because I know I was going into a few things of how in a lot of major cities, like the National Guard already got the resources already there. You know, they got tanks, and these I think they come in on ships. The containers, they're already full of resources and ammunition and everything in these cities. So they already set up. That's how you know it's all like it's already set. So the Lord he already told us how they gonna move. Mm-hmm. So this is Isaiah 19:4. It says, and the Egyptians, because we know that America, Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt. It says, I will give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, the Lord of hosts. So the Lord already told us that it's going to be given, this place is going to be given over to that fierce king. And it makes a whole lot of sense how our brothers are going into it, that we know through reincarnation, Trump got to be Nero. So if you look into how this man is acting, when you go into, the history of Nero as well, I used to like, the believers or the people on fire. That's where the term Roman candle came from. But that fierce Lord is Trump. We know that. Like the brother said, like Trump already talking about running for a third term. He already told y'all niggas it ain't gonna be no more elections. Like this is what it is. That fierce Lord, he's starting to go into that dictatorship, because like it's I was watching this thing. It says a slow drip is better than a waterfall. So they're slowly dripping towards these draconian policies. So these things that they're getting into, like they already said that the crime rate is at a low. So they still have to go through these policies regardless of how the people act. We watched that movie, the first Purge. They was trying to get people to kill and everything like that, but people weren't doing it. So guess what? They had to send the mercenaries out there to do it. Mm-hmm. So the point is, the crime rate ain't going the way that they wanted to go. So they gonna still keep going with everything that they need to happen to make it look like what needs to go, so they can continue to go forth with these policies and everything they have in place.
Come on. I got that Wisdom of Solomon for you, bro. You say you started at 10?
Kind.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, you can read it, bro.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppose the poor. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged.
Kind. You see that. You see that. Look, this whole system, it oppresses you. It oppresses you from the eldest to your youngest, because we all feeling it. Like he has made Eve a widow, harder than the widow, you know, because she's gonna be a single mother, or her or the man she is with died or in prison, you know. And he don't reverence those of our elders, because what, he got them working, he got them coming out in retirement and working, you know. Just speaking on our times, like he got them out working and stuff, struggling stuff. You see them, they barely moving, barely functioning, you know. Why? Because this man hates us, you know. You can continue.
Read on, bro. Verse 11, it says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feasible is found to be nothing worth.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth, because these people think they're in the right, you know. They believe they believe that the birthright was actually theirs, but no, this was ordained by Yahweh Hashem Shai, you know. They might feel like they was wrong, but no, they asked Jacob had to do what he do. Jacob had to do what he did.
Where the image come from?
But but actually Esau, he had sold it. He sold that birthright. Esau sold that birthright. Jacob just had to supplant him, because he know Esau was the man of his word. You know? So they believe that they're justified in their actions. They're justified in what they do to the children of Israel.
And you go into it in verse 11 when it said, let our strength be the law of justice. That's their sword, you know. So Esau, in his mind, well, if you can't defeat me militarily, then whatever I do is justified, you know. And then he said, that which is feeble, which is weak, shall be found nothing worth. And you know, us as a nation, well, militarily, we're in the feeble position, you know. So he doesn't consider, all right, what he does to us, because he's like, they can't do nothing with us in the sword. So whatever we do to them is justified, you know, just because we have the strength of the sword and they don't. You get that, bro.
Verse 12, it says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our return, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education.
And you see that, you can see that nowadays, because what? The Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, has his prophets, has his men on the highways and hedges wagging their hands at the gates of the nobles, you know, telling them what they going off, what they doing, and telling our people what not to do to get right with Yahweh Shem Shai. And everything they tell the people to do is the complete opposite of what this man is doing, you know. And this angers him, you know, because he's constantly being pointed at as the weirdo, as the problem of the earth, you know, as the one that you should really be look out for, the one you should really have an eye out for, you know. You got it.
Bro. You got it, bro.
Verse 13, he professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he called himself a child of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. He was made to. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's that's us today. That's Israel today. You know, coming back into the natural who they are. You know, telling them they the lost sheep. They the 12 tribes. You know, reminding the people. You know, recovering themselves. You know. You got it.
Con, he was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
Kind, you can just, you can see that. You can see that Jacob and Esau are just completely different. What they be calling us today? Not Esau, but our own people, seasoned meat. You can tell like these people ain't got no spirit within them. These people they're just weird. They're weird and evil. You got it.
Con, verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounced the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father.
We constantly tell him that this man kingdom is going down, and that Israel, the elect gonna have immortality, something that this man has been dying for, something this man has been sacrificing for. We tell them that Israel, the elect, is gonna get that off rip. You got it.
Come, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
Now this man said, "All right, you talking this big noise? Let us test that. Let's see, because they don't believe. That's why this man gonna one of the reasons why he gonna be like a madman, sparing none. They gonna say, all right, we're gonna see about that. This man wants to really, really get us off the earth. You got it.
Verse 18. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
Just like I said, this man, he said he really wants to test that. They don't believe that Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna fight for his people. They don't believe that this man is we're going to be helped. He don't believe he's coming down. No, you got it, bro. If you gonna say something, add to it.
I'm gonna let you get finished, bro. I was gonna get history on showing how Esau been trying to kill us from the beginning, but we're gonna keep reading on this one, bro.
You got it.
Verse 19. Let us examine him with deceit, with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience.
Esau, like he's the devil. He gonna want to test that. Like I've been saying, he's gonna want to test that. He's gonna he got these concentration camps set up. He got everything he been wanting to do to you. He got everything set up, from the guillotine, concentration camps, setting up these fake famines, everything he wants to do to you, and in time to come, he's gonna try his hand at it. You got it.
Verse 20. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected.
And to him, dying for Yahweh Shemel Shai is a shameful death. What these people call him? Skyfather or something like that. They don't believe. So they be like, yo, you dying for to them, they think like they say you dying for an imaginary cause, They think it's gonna be shameful, To them, that's like shameful. You going out for no reason. But they will be disappointed. And that's all I had. Wanted to get down 20. You got it.
Hold on. Yum, yeah, did you have some?
Come, bro. The bag of the brother. Yeah, they call him Sky Daddy, bro. You know, with all that, that fucking scoffing. But yeah, I wanted to I had something right here in the I had a precept, but first I wanted to get this in with the GPT.
What's the precept? What's the precept? So I can go ahead and pull it up while you getting in the chat.
The precept Job 20 and 23.
Okay.
Yep. So
get there in Genesis.
Yeah, basically, doing a comparison with the ancient, the dragon, ancient Rome, with the revival of the new Roman Empire, man. The Rome reloaded, parallels to the draconian laws. It says basically ancient Rome versus the revived Rome, the emperor worship required by law, versus the revived Rome is going to be this beast, the mark of allegiance required by law. Basically going into that MOTB that that's going to be pushed on our people through these draconian measures. It says public executions of dissenters versus, which parallels to nowadays, execution or exclusion from non-compliance. So basically, even when in the time was coming, how they gonna be able to just cut you off out of society? They just cut off your money or whatnot. Basically for your allegiance, you're falling into the hands of this devil. Those of our people that's gonna make that allegiance. It says census and tax laws controlling trade versus today's digital economy, biometric ID, the MOTB. So basically, a chat GPT still putting it out there, everything this man is trying to accomplish, which is going to basically his end all be all is going to be that one world government system through the mandating of the MOTB. It says,
there you go.
It says roles and legions to enforce law, which is in today's time global surveillance, AI, and military police. Going into the lesson, how you gonna use his AI, to help set up his coming his new world order, his NWO. Law favored in the ancient time. Law favored state over the people, and this time a laws favors the global elites over common man. Real quick, just a couple more. It says draconian laws equals overly harsh, strict, and punishing even small violations. It says the dragon laws are not about justice, but about control and worship. In prophecy, the harshness comes from the hatred of the saints. Just as again, this man, he's still slaying his brother. He's still after Jake, man, because he's trying to gain that birthright. Like again, he's still trying to secure that everlasting life. It says it's coming down a little bit. It says where is real quick, bear with me. Okay, so it looks like a lamb. So he promising peace and equality, climate justice and health and safety and all. But he spake, but how he moving, he demanding loyalty from the entire earth. Scripture he calls it all, both small and great. Criminalizing the Most High's commandments in favor of the man's. And scripture say again, like the brother brought out to a great insurrection of those who fear the Most High. In Rome, our Lord was crucified by the Romans. Man. So how much more Rome reloaded again when the crucifixion of those that's coming in his likeness, was basically the persecution of our people. The elect. It says punish those who refuse with death or exclusion. And this is why you're gonna have certain brothers be martyrs, for this faith. The whole world is under legal tyranny disguised as morality. So this guy is just a tyrant, man. And going back into that how Trump is moving, moving like he's moving like you said, like a Caesar, like an emperor, man. So he's moving in the image of his past life. Just as the whole system is, this beast system is. So again, everything is just working towards this devil trying to bring everything under one guisemanship, one government, one law. You can get that precept, Baba Kashah.
Is that Job 20:23? You got it, bro.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yep, and the point is, like, this system is finna get rained down upon by the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and it's gonna be to completely rid it out the earth. And him filling his belly again is trying to set up this system which defies the Most High, because this AI technology, going into the merging that machine with man, and for our people that's gonna again bow the knee to this, they gotta suffer the Revelation 19, which is gonna be part of the second death of the lake of fire of Babylon the Great, man.
Okay. Let's get the last few precepts. Any brother had any precept?
Yeah, I got one too.
I got a couple, bro.
Let's get the precepts for personal lesson. Yeah. What you had? Taz one.
Oh, I mean, I brought out Revelation 12 and 12 yet.
Revelation what, bro?
12 and 12. Y'all done that yet?
Nah, bro.
No, I don't think nobody brought that up.
You got it, bro.
Revelation 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come unto you. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And that's right. He better come down, man. Cause everybody feel it. Something about to happen. Everybody feel it. It about to be changed. A new regime, and that regime, the new regime is Yahweh Bashem Shah. But everybody feel it. Something's about to go on. Cause this place is fucked. It's fucked up. To be honest with you, man. And he know. Like that's why Trump moved the way he moving. Hey, the least probably say it's trying to do this shit, man. Cause they been seeing. Cause I know everybody been seeing the video about they say aliens. You know what I'm saying? Aliens landed. And they do say they seem like they never been conquered. Everybody be talking about that so much, but they see what's in the heavens, man. What's on the way. Plenty of times, I've been seeing all kind of UFOs, chariots. So they see it and they know it's time to wrap this up. But that's all I got, bro.
Come on, bro. What you had, Lamont? And then we get the one.
Isaiah 47. What's up? Isaiah 47, 10 and 11.
Isaiah 47, 10 and 11.
Okay.
You got it, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, starting at verse 10. It says, for thou hast trusted. Make sure it's up.
Oh, yeah.
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Hey, so you see that? He's titling himself the Most High right there, man. You know, and he really think that he's getting away with something because, you know, and this is gonna, you know what I'm saying, gonna be a fulfillment when Obadiah verses 3 and 4 come to pass, man. Because in his mind, he really is the Most High, man. In his mind, his kingdom is going to last forever. You got it, bro.
Go on. Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt know from whence it riseth, Salakia. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Right. So, you know, regardless of what this devil do, man, it's like Romans 3 and 3, you know. So what is some don't believe? Did the unbelief make the faith Yahweh Shem outside without effect? Yahweh forbid. You know what I'm saying? So this devil thinking he's really going to be able to offset prophecy. He really think that, you know, all his mischief, you know, being able to control the narratives when coming to these particular news stations and radio stations, and, you know, his lies, and, you know, just hide behind the curtains and pulling the strings, that he's going to be able to avoid judgment, man. That the wickedness he have done is not going to make full circle and come back up on him, man. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how the devil feel or what he does, man. His judgment is already set in stone, man. And we can read that throughout the many scriptures, but definitely the book of Obadiah, man. You know, but like it goes in Obadiah, the third verse, the pride of his heart had deceived him, man. So he really think he's going to succeed in his mischief and his deceitful mindset to bring forth his NWO, but that bound has been made, man, that he's not going to be able to pass. That's all I got, brother.
Come on, bro. Allah, did you have something? Or now I'm going to get what I got.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Come, so we in here. We do Genesis 27,
42. Because going into it, we know that Esau gave up his birthright, you know, for red pottage. You know, he despised the birthright, and then he wanted to circle back and try to sneak and get it back. But everything was already predestinated, and the Lord already had how it was going to play out. You know, Jacob kept the birthright, but Esau despised Jacob, you know, and this going after that, we know that since the beginning here in the book of Genesis, that Esau has had it set in his heart to kill Jacob. You know, Jacob going into Israel is, and now it's the reason why we still talk about Jacob and Esau, because that represents lineages, it represents nations. So the nation of Esau is still to this day trying to kill the nation of Jacob. They want to try to delete the nation of Jacob to steal or try to, basically they're trying to strong arm the birthright at this point, you know. And this is just going back into their history. This is Genesis 27 and 42.
It's not 41.
Genesis started 41. Genesis 27 and 41. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Like I said, Isaac had blessed Jacob, you know, with basically everything. Esau's blessing was the sword. He cried and cried. And, you know, his blessing was the sword and the fatness, and we can see that now. You know, and it says, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. So Esau is saying that right now, the days of mourning Isaac, his father, you know, these are the time of that. But when them time was over with, he's had in his heart that he was gonna kill Jacob. All right, he knew that he was gonna kill him off, and now then we're talking about Jacob and Esau, you know, specifically in these times, but in these days, again, that represents the nation, right? The nation of Esau and the nation of Jacob, i.e., the nation of Israel. All right, verse 42. In these words, Esau said, in these words of Esau, her elder son, who is her Rebekah, all right, going to the mother, all right, was told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, because we know Esau was the elder and Jacob was the younger, and Esau was born with Jacob holding on to his heel. That represents the time that we're in now, going into the change and rulership or the change in government. All right. And it said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doeth comfort himself, pursuing to kill thee. All right. So Esau was taking the comfort, pursuing know that he had in his heart set that he was going to kill Jacob. So again, in today, the nation of Esau takes comfort in this. They can't sleep without coming up with these ways and these different policies and everything to end the nation of Israel, because that's who Jacob represents, the nation of Israel. Esau, he ain't comfortable without figuring out ways to oppress, figuring out ways. Basically, he's figuring out a way to strong arm the birthright. It goes into that pride. He's saying, forget who my father blessed, forget all that. I'm going to take this. And Esau, again, it says that he has comfort in that. He can't, this nigga, he can't sleep. He can't do nothing without figuring out better ways to oppress, better ways to steal, better ways to kill, and better ways to do everything completely contrary to the way that Yahweh Shema Shah has set things up.
So, point been made. All right. We see this devil, all right, putting himself in position because it's all geared towards the tribe. Just a bag of what the brother's saying. At the end of the day, this is Esau, coming up with an angle, to get up the tribes, all right, to take law enforcement to another level. Because at the end of the day, we know the target of this devil's agenda is the tribes. Other people are casualties caught in the middle, all right, but we see, just this devil booting up for Jacob trouble, So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful. Shalom.
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 Shalom.